What is going on, YouTube and Spotify? This is the Just BSN podcast. And today we have episode 122. And man, we got some more Cavs news to discuss. They had a nice week this past week. Guys are getting a little bit healthier, and we're still going. We're still grinding. Everything's doing good. So we got a lot to discuss there. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Guys, check out Effortless Wins for sports betting advice and plays to boost your wins. Talk to Tony or Greg. Links will be in the description of Spotify or in the comment section on YouTube. Check it out. You got World Baseball Classic starting. You have NHL back in action from their Olympics. You have, oh my God, NBA basketball in full swing. Playoffs starting soon. Hell, you have the MLB beginning their season towards the end of this month, the 25th of March. 20 days, you have MLB baseball. So, guys, what are you doing? Sports is here. Sports is in action. If you're an avid soccer guy, MLS is back too. They just started their season. Lot to bet on. So, join up.
Join up, man. It is literally effortless with them. They do a great job of being able to give you guys legit plays, and it works. It really, really does. So, shout out to the boys. Go show them some love. If you guys are interested, hit them up, and then we'll get you all of the deets. But yeah, guys, as we were saying, good Cavs news. Solid week. I mean, it wasn't perfect. We had that first game against Detroit last Friday that ended up going into overtime. Honestly, the Cavs should have won that game despite being down both Donovan and Harden. They only lost by 3 in overtime. It was a physical game, dude. Like that was one of the more fun games I think I've seen us play in a while. Just really good matchup. Guys played really, really well. And then some guys didn't play so well. There was a few mistakes by some of the younger guys. Schroeder had a rough game, I think, but he was still kind of hurt. But they got a chance to get a little bit of redemption, and they were able to get a really nice win at home against Detroit after beating Brooklyn in Brooklyn a night or two before. So the Cavs, honestly, have been doing pretty solid, even despite some of the injuries. Donovan is still not back just yet, but I think he'll be coming up here soon. He could play against Boston. Which is going to come up on Saturday, I believe at 1 o'clock. So that's going to be a huge game. I think that's going to be on ABC again as well. So the Cavs usually don't play well on ABC for some reason. But another chance for a really good team and a really good opportunity to play a really good game. And honestly, they might end up getting Tatum back for this game, dude, which is nuts to think that he is going to come back just 10 months after an Achilles injury. Truly, truly wild if he will play. I doubt he will play heavy minutes because this has been Jaylen Brown's team. And surprisingly, Boston has been able to hold their own all season long and be the 2 seed. They're pretty damn consistent. I've been truly impressed with them, which, again, it starts with Jaylen Brown. But to roll back to this last Cavs game against Detroit, again, it was a fun one. Harden played pretty well. Mobley played pretty well, but Jalen Tyson once again was the hero, man. He has been playing some outstanding ball all year long and had just another really good performance on both ends, really. I mean, he played great on off offense. He hit 5 threes, had 22 points or 21 points. The big key is he held Cade to just 10 points. Cade struggled all night long. It was like watching Dean Wade cover Brunson. It was so much fun. And that's the way you beat Detroit is you limit the amount of shots that he takes and the amount of shots that he can create. If you eliminate the way that Cade can play make, because he's very talented and very good at doing so, that's an easy way to beat a team like Detroit because they have players. They have good players. Duren's been playing really, really good ball this year. You still got Tobias Harris, who's been in the league for a while. Solid, what he's going to bring. And they got some good role players. But, again, you shut down Cade. This Detroit team is very, very, very beatable. And I think the Cavs really do have their number, especially after that Friday night loss, despite having to lose in overtime. you only lost by 3 without your 2 best players. That says a lot about where this Cavs team's head is, and I think they're in the right mindset, and they're playing really good balls.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing fantastic ball. Like you said, the loss Friday it wasn't a sad loss, it was more of a positive loss because again, you're missing Mitchell and you're missing Harden, but you're also missing again Strus, Dean Wade. You're missing quite a bit of people, and to only lose by 3 in overtime, and then have the 2-minute report come out and say like, "Hey, we kind of screwed you over too," in a sense. That should sink Detroit fans a little bit. Like, if I'm a Detroit fan, I saw that, I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, we didn't deserve to win that ball game, and we lost to a Cavs team that was very short-handed." So that's not positive. And then we go to Cleveland and we lose to Cleveland. So, it's not, and all they did was just get James Harden back. That's it.
Yeah.
And they beat the brakes off of us. Now it was only 113-109, but for the majority of the game, it was just dominated by the Cavs.
Yeah. It really was.
So, I mean, and the supporting cast, like you said, the supporting cast was really helpful. Mobley with 18 points, Harden with 18, Tyson with 22. Jarrett Allen left the game with a knee injury, so that was a little frustrating. He was almost at 10 points. And Dennis Schroeder finished with 15 points, 5 and 5. So Dennis Schroeder actually had a solid game. But this just shows you that the supporting cast for the Cavs is a lot better than it was last season. It shows you have better players and scorers. I mean, yeah, Keon Ellis only got 7 points, but that dude's defense is immaculate.
Yeah. His minutes are always awesome.
His minutes are always very well used because 27 minutes, this dude is just straight balling. I mean, he had 2 steals and a block on defense. 2 steals and a block in 27 minutes. He is a big part of this team more than people realize. Like, you're not gonna get him to score, but my God, is he gonna cause turnovers? And that's crucial and huge. And that's what you were missing last year. And then you finally have 2 good scorers next to Donovan Mitchell and James Harden and Jalen Tyson.
Yeah.
Like, you wanted Garland to be that guy. He just wasn't. And looking at Garland on the Clippers now, he's struggling hard. So you see Mobley working. You see Mobley playing really well. You see Allen playing really well. All of that due in part because of James Harden coming in and just being a great facilitator, and just moving the basketball very, very well.
Yeah.
This Cavs team has been upgraded, and all it took was getting rid of guys like Lonzo Ball. It took getting rid of guys like DeAndre Hunter. It took getting rid of some of these guys to be like, listen, we got so much better. And, this shows you that the front office is willing to go after it. And the fact that we were in Giannis rumors shows that this Cavs team is willing to do whatever it takes, third apron or not, or second apron or not. They're showing, hey, money is no object to us. We are the LA Dodgers of the NBA. We are the
Yeah.
Yankees. Like, money is no problem. We will get whoever the hell we can in here to win a title and to win a championship and stay competitive. And those rumors still of Giannis aren't even gone yet. They're saying there's still chances in the summer and LeBron on a minimum.
Yeah.
So this team, if you could do both of those, this team is, dare I say, almost unbeatable.
Yeah.
But this, as of right now, everyone, Stephen A. Smith said it best yesterday or the other day. This Cavs team is capable of winning a championship.
Yeah,
this Cavs team they have what it takes to win the title. So last night showed it, and they have a big tough task on Sunday against the Celtics. So we'll see if they can beat the Celtics. Then their confidence is going to go through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Boston is the one team I think that is like in the East. I would say those guys are the ones that are probably the toughest, like the grittiest. Toronto is up there, and we have struggled against them, especially early on this year. I don't think we played them with their new lineup, so it's really hard to say how that will look. But we know our past with Toronto. And I don't know. There's just, again, Detroit does not scare me at all. They have not scared me all year long. They've gotten lucky on a lot of games. They barely beat the Thunder just a few nights before our game against them on Friday night last week. So Detroit is just one of those teams that, like, they're young enough to make mistakes when it comes to playoff time, and we know JB Bickerstaff better than Detroit fans do. And I can tell you now, he is going to find a way to choke out on his lineups and just not do well. He's going to give Cade Cunningham 45 minutes a night. Dern is going to get 42 minutes, 43 minutes in a night throughout the entire playoffs, and they're going to be gassed by the next round. Like, it's going to be round one, they're going to be gassed, and then they're going to be screwed when they come to play us, or vice versa. I mean, it's going to be a much different game come playoff time. But to your point about some of the trades and stuff, I think the biggest thing with the Cavs, and I know I've probably said this before, but I will reiterate this, is I think the Cavs and the guys that they got, I think it made them tougher. Like, getting a guy like Schroeder made you tougher. Even though he's 6'1", Schroeder brings juice. He brings energy, and he plays with some grit, and he's physical despite how small he is. Keon Ellis is not a huge guy, but he plays really good on-ball defense, which is what you needed. If Keon Ellis was 6'6" or 6'8", then people are going to be like, oh my God, we have our wing for the future, because he's a great defender and he can shoot the ball a little bit. He's a guaranteed like 5 to 7 points a night, but he's also going to get a steal or two. He's going to get a block or two. And he's going to be able to just play within the team in the way they need him to play. And it's going to be smooth sailing. So the guys that they got, and obviously Harden is who he is. I think Harden actually fits on teams better than you would think a superstar caliber player like that would. He's just not a very selfish guy at all. He didn't play the best against Detroit. He didn't score that well, but he still made big time shots towards the end of the game. And that's just who he's been since he's been here. And again, this was without Donovan. Donovan is a bucket. He's 30 points a night. Imagine come playoff time, Donovan is going to go nuclear in the playoffs as long as he stays healthy, because he's going to be angry, and he knows he's finally got some physical guys that are bringing some juice. And I think that those guys that they've brought in, it's wearing on guys. Like, I think Jared Allen has gotten better. I think Mobley has gotten a little more physical as well. Like, he's starting to make more confident moves. Even his shot is finally starting to fall, dude. Like, Mobley's actually hitting threes right now. Like, the last 2 weeks, he's been shooting much, much better. His shot looks better. So as long as he can continue to mix one or two in and not, do too much, he's going to be just fine. So Mobley is doing what he has to do. I think Harden is going to continue to help him develop and really strengthen. This Cavs team is in a really, really good spot, and they have a really good opportunity ahead of them. So, yeah, listen, if you have Donovan for this game against Boston, I really want to see them win this game on Saturday. That will do a lot for their confidence and do a lot with, hey, this team can compete with everybody, at least in the East. And I think they can crack OKC if they play the right game at that time, because they can beat Denver. They can beat the Lakers. That they can beat the Clippers and all of these other teams that are trying to fight in the West right now. The Hornets. Well, actually, no, I think the Hornets are the East, but the
Hornets are the East, yeah.
Yeah. The point is, I mean, shit, they're not even relevant.
They're not a playoff. Yeah, they're not even close
to
relevancy.
I need to go back and look through at the seeding for the West, because I don't know what the current state of the West is.
I was just going to do that for you.
Because I don't think Dallas is really in that mix as well. I think they're kind of
the
screwed.
So the top 6 teams in the West are OKC, San Antonio, Houston,
Then yeah.
Minnesota, Denver, and the Lakers.
So I mean, Houston is the only team that we really, really, really had a tough time with this year, but that was early on in the year. So that could change.
Yeah, and then the 4 play-in teams are Phoenix, Golden State, LA Clippers, and Portland are the 4 play-ins.
And Portland got us one time, but like I ain't scared of a damn team over there. Those play-in teams are even Golden State. Like the fact that Golden State is a play-in team is wild to think about. Like especially with how
they're 500.
They had been for so long.
They're 31-30. They're 500 or around 500s. But what's funny to me is if you look at the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, all the 4 play-in teams in the Eastern Conference, Orlando, Miami, Charlotte, and Atlanta all have above 500 records. And if you look at the Western Conference play-in teams, only Phoenix and Golden State, just barely Golden State, have above 500 records. Phoenix is 35-26, but then Golden State's 31-30. LA Clippers are 30-31, and Portland's 30-33.
Yeah.
With the next closest team is Memphis at 23-38. That's the Western Conference.
Yeah, the West is not quite as tough as they were even just last year.
In reality, the West is just OKC and San Antonio. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I think San Antonio can take down OKC because I think Wemby is just that good. I think Wemby is so good, and they got shooters.
I totally forgot about San Antonio.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about San Antonio. Like Wemby alone is just a scare. I mean, that's another guy that you really don't want to see in the finals. You don't want to have to deal with Wemby. I mean, the Cavs have because they have 2 big men, but like so does the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a tough team that they can play. But
the Thunder do have a 6th player, and we all know who that is.
Yeah,
the officiating. So you're playing 6 guys on the court when you're playing OKC, and I think everyone notices that because if you watch games now where teams play OKC, the entire press conference, and I don't think any of these coaches have been fined, but like the entire press conferences are just like about Shea flopping, Dort kicking people, and just like punching people or whatever. And it's funny that like OKC's like, well, they can complain all they want, and it's like, well, yeah, you're going to say that because you're getting the benefit of every freaking call in existence. Like, not once has anyone seen a person like Shea go to the free throw line 20 times a game.
Right.
Like that. Like at this point, you might as well just give him the win because if you breathe on Shea, it's a foul. Whatever, or like the wind blows into the arena. Like I don't know if you saw the flop last night that he had. And it's like, dude, are you serious? Like,
oh man, yeah.
Nobody within a foot of him. Like a guy who was a foot away, he literally just goes straight up, and Shea literally just chucks the ball, whatever, and then just throws himself. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, it kills the game, and I don't know, but I do think the Cavs can compete with OKC. And when we played them, funny enough, on my birthday, it's not like we lost by a lot. We only lost by like 4 or 5 or something. So even with all that, the Cavs showed that they can compete. And obviously there was calls that the Cavs didn't get, like the goaltending and a few others. So the Cavs showed that they could compete with OKC. They showed, I think we kept every game against San Antonio close too that we've played. I think we split the series on San Antonio. So we could play teams. We're especially now too that we have James Harden. We could definitely play teams now.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of could we get out of our own way when it comes to the postseason and get to that point. That's the only thing that worries me about this postseason is can we get out of our own way? And I think we can. Everyone's like, well, you forgot about playoff Harden, baby. And it's like, that. How do you know that's going to be him in Cleveland? because in Cleveland he has the supporting cast. He's got another elite scorer in Donovan Mitchell, and it's not like the time in Houston he didn't have Durant. He had Clint Capella.
Yeah.
He had Jalen Green. Like, you think those guys are uplifting him to the top?
And he had CP3 until he got hurt in the most crucial part of that series against Golden State, and he was still dropping like 40 and 50 points, barely freaking losing because it was him.
Yeah,
like,
it was just him.
I mean, you could bring up the Nets as well, but like the Nets were also in a weird spot too. Like they were. Yeah. That was such a weirdly like dynamic team because like they had so much talent that they just couldn't. It was a lot of, hey, it's Kyrie's turn, and then it's KD's turn, and then it's Harden's turn, and they would just kind of go back and forth with that, and it was so like unfluid and unnatural that like that's why they couldn't, because they had it, like they were talented as hell.
Yeah,
and then even in Philadelphia, like again, it comes down to like, dude, you didn't have Embiid half the time. Embiid's always freaking hurt. Even when you had Tobias Harris there, he wasn't much of a help. Like Tobias Harris has always been the same player. So again, Harden has a better, I think, more unique opportunity here because the Cavs didn't have to blow up their team to go get him. Like every other team that traded for Harden or got Harden had to blow their team up in order to get him. So the Cavs got rid of Garland. And dude, I'm sorry, like Garland was fun, but I think his attitude in the way that he would run the team just didn't mesh with Donovan, and it almost like trickled down on everybody else. Like, even you and I were, I think we talked about this earlier this week about how Garland is like really hesitant to throw the ball to his big guys, and it's like. That's why you're seeing guys like, Jared Allen and Mobley playing much, much better with Harden. It's just because Harden knows how to set those guys up and does it willingly because it's just a part of his game. I mean, he literally helped Clint Capella become who he was because of the way that he fed him. Like, people just don't give enough credit to Harden. And, like, I know he's been a foul merchant for his entire career, but he's on our team now. And the important thing is that this team is much more fun to watch and much more fun to be a part of than his other teams that he was on. Besides that 2015 OKC team that lost to Miami. That team was fun too. That was definitely a fun team.
That was a fun team,
especially because he was a sixth man on that team. He wasn't even a starter. and then that's why he left, because he wanted to be a starter. It's funny how everything kind of panned out that way. But again, I'm excited about the way that this team will take that next step. Again, I just think the Cavs are just much more mentally tougher now. The only guys that you really have to worry about are Mobley and Jarrett. Like, you have to have them and continue to like feed them and continue to make them believe that they are some of the best players on the floor, because when they play the best ball that they do and the way that they have been lately, it's when this Cavs team is at their best. When Jared Allen is a significant focal point, this team plays really, really good ball. When Mobley is a focal point, just like we said last year, when he's able to take more than a certain amount of shots in a game and be able to be a part of a game plan, the Cavs do pretty dang well. Yeah. And you always got that taken away because Garland wanted to get his. Garland was very eager to chuck up three-pointers a lot. Oftentimes it would like stagnate the entire game plan because he just wanted to get some threes. And as much as he could hit those threes, when he was hurt and he wasn't able to really push off that foot, it's going to affect your shot a lot. And it did. And when he would go minutes and minutes and minutes without a single bucket, and he's just, 0 of 8, 0 of 4 from 3, 0 of 9 from the field. Like, you were just not helping this team out, especially when Mitchell was like, man, somebody help me. Like, I am literally hobbling on both ends of the floor, trying to score 40 points in a night, playing every minute that I can. and it's not enough because this team was just too weak. I think the Cavs are in a much different spot with these players, and I definitely like our chances better now, especially because we're not the top team, so we're not being talked about as the top team, but also people are saying, hey, the Cavs are not a slouch with Harden. Like, this is a legit team that can really make some noise. And I just like that the Cavs haven't gone too high and gone too low. They're going into the playoffs, play some good basketball, win some more games, stay in the top 4, like I've been saying for the last 2.5 months. Stay in the top 4, get into that playoff, and then whatever you have been waiting to put out on the court, it's time to put out on the court. For sure. So I like our chances, man.
Yeah, I agree. I like our chances too. I think this is the opportunity for us to take to get to the title. And, I know we talked about a potential Tatum sighting. I think that would be, and I'm not saying this because obviously I hate Boston or whatever, but I'm saying I think it'd be smart to let Tatum sit out the year.
Yeah.
Because Achilles are so difficult to come back from. Foot injuries, I mean, look at Max Strus. He didn't even have an Achilles tear, and look how long it's taken him to get back.
Yeah.
If Tatum screws up just one time, that's just going to be out for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's just going to be out for a year and a half. That's just going to be out way longer than he was than 11 months. He might not be back for another season and a half or two. So, you got to be. I get they want him back for the safety of like, hey, he could take us to the finals again. Yeah, sure. But if he gets stepped on the wrong way or lands the wrong way on a dunk or a shot or something,
Yeah.
that's not only his season, but that's extra seasons. That's his career potentially. So I'm always for the advocate. And again, I'm not saying this because I hate Boston. I'm just the advocate of if the doctors say miss the year, listen, I'm missing the year. I'm doing what my doctor says because I'm trying to come back 100%. Or, like 95% to 98%. I'm trying to come back at the highest percentage I could be so I could be effective. I'm not trying to come back at the earliest possible time that they gave me. Like, oh, you could be ready in like 10 months, but you should realistically be back in like 13, 14 months.
Yeah.
You think, like, I get it. Some players are like, get me back in that 10th month. Cool, but the risk for injury is significantly higher. And I'm sure doctors have told him that. It's more of like his decision. And I'm sure his doctor's like, listen, if you go 10 months, there's like a 60% chance, 70% chance re-injury. If you wait the 14, it's like a 20%, 15%. So the odds are greater the shorter time. So if you want to do it, hey, go do it. But just say I didn't give you that fair warning. And, just be extra careful, extra tape, whatever you can, because the chances are stagnant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would be fun to see him in Cleveland for sure, but there's always that chance of re-injury and him ruining the Celtics' chances, even though the Celtics have been playing really well without him. And if I'm Joe Masula, man, I'd be like, listen, we're kind of balling without you right now. We kind of really don't need you right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you would help us tremendously, but we kind of don't need you. So, if you want to take a step back and stay out longer, we understand because, we're playing good ball without you, man. We don't need you to hurry back. So, it's one of those things. But I'm excited for the Cavs Celtics. I'm always excited for that game. It's one of my favorite games to watch, no matter how good or bad we are, because it's Cavs Celtics. There's a little bit of history there. And again, this proves, hey, we could compete with the Celtics. We beat the brakes off of New York last week, and you showed that you can compete with New York and you can beat the brakes off of them.
Oh yeah.
So the Cavs, if the Cavs could beat the Celtics, this shows that the Cavs could take on anybody in the East. That the Cavs' main focus should be who the hell are we playing in that finals? Is it going to be OKC? Is it going to be San Antonio? Who the hell are we facing? So this game will determine quite a bit and especially if you get Mitchell back too.
Yeah, and I truly think he's going to get back because we have, what does it say, Thursday? They've been off since they played that game Tuesday, I think is when we played Detroit.
We played Detroit. I believe it was Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
So
So we've been
yeah,
off for 2 days now. We
yeah,
don't play
so
again until Sunday.
yeah, so I mean we have quite a few days off, and then I think we have another like two or three. Or actually, no, I think we play
After
it back to back.
it's a back to back because we play Monday against Philly.
Yeah. So, with the Cavs, I mean, after having like a rough stretch of having like, God, I think they played like 7 games in the span of 2 weeks or something. It was something nuts. Like they had a back to back, at least twice, in the last 2 weeks. It's been a pretty like tough stretch. So for them to only lose like 2 games during that stretch is really really good, especially with the fact that hey, you also were down some of your guys. I mean, that next game was a lot of fun. The next game was a really good game. Um, the Cavs, like, it just felt so weird. It was like, man, when you shut down Brunson, I feel like everybody else just gets trickled. But when
Yeah.
he's firing, everybody else starts to kind of, feel that and they play all, off of him. So he really dictates the way that the Knicks play because you don't really trust Cat and you can't really trust like Bridges or even, OG. Like it's that is such a weirdly dynamic team. I feel like they're going to blow that up this offseason, especially if they don't get past like round 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I just don't see them being able to stick that entire lineup with that salary. They have to make some moves if that's going to work with Mike Brown. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really scared of the Knicks. I'm not really scared of Detroit. So I just want to see what we got with Boston. I want to see how we really match up with them. And again, they're going to get better because once Tatum comes back at some point, he's going to play better, barring any sort of hopefully not setbacks. Because I obviously don't want that guy to get hurt. Like that's number one here. We don't want him getting hurt. But
No.
coming back from an Achilles 10 months out is nuts for a basketball player because that is a major part. I mean, it's a major part of your game. So kudos to him for being able to do it. But yeah, man, the Cavs are in a good spot still. They're doing fine. Really hope that Mitchell will play. I think he will because he's had enough time off now. He's probably had close to 2 weeks. And we knew that this wasn't really like serious. They were just, hey, they're playing good enough ball. The guys are able to really hold the fort down. They're still playing like 9 or 10 guys a night. So, the team's been holding their own. Harden's been fine. Keon Ellis, I mean, both of those guys you can't really tell have fractures in one of their fingers. Like it's kind of wild. So and those guys will get better too. Like Harden will get better. I am curious to see what's going to go on with Allen. And who knows, guys, in a few weeks we might have Max Strus back finally. I think he's going to be playing for the Charge here pretty soon. Probably about a week out from playing at least G League ball. So he's getting there. Like he's finally getting there. It's just going to be how does he fit with this team? Where does he fit on the team, and who's going to have to be the one that takes this the seat back? I don't know. That's the tough part. But he adds a lot of shooting. He adds a lot of effort. He's a great leader. So we all know what you get out of Max Strus at this point. So he's going to try to fill in wherever he can, whether it's coming off the bench or starting, which I honestly think he'll probably come off the bench, but we'll see. I just don't think you want that small of a lineup going out there like that.
Yeah.
Especially when that's been sort of like your kryptonite as is. Just really not having to deal with that again. And just keeping like a Jalen Tyson or someone in there who is still 6'6", but plays bigger. I mean, he's been doing everything that you wanted Okoro to do 2 years ago, So, yeah, man, guys are just playing some really good ball, man. This has been a fun second half to watch this Cavs team for sure. So playoff time can't come any sooner, man, and it's coming. Like we're not that far away from playoff time.
No, we only got what until early April. We
At
got
least.
April 12th
Actually,
is
wouldn't
the
be
final game.
surprised if it's going to be.
April 12th is the final
Okay.
game of the season.
So yeah, I mean, just
About a month.
Yeah. So yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there.
For sure.
Before we wrap up, I know that. There we go. Of course, my stuff is going to start to slowly lag out, so we probably should start to end this here relatively soon. But before we do end, I want to quickly pivot to the Brownies because they brought in a few top 30 visits. So they've brought in Tate. I believe they brought in Ty Simpson, which was interesting for a top 30 visit. And I know they brought in one more guy either today or yesterday, but they've been bringing in a few guys. Is there a single guy, like especially coming out of the combine, that you are like very high on? Like, hey, I want the Browns to pick him at 6. Who's your guy?
So I have a couple, and I know there's again on my radar. Obviously, I want a wide receiver because that's the biggest need we have right now. But I also have thought of, you could always trade that 24th pick for like again like a Marvin Harrison Jr. or like a Chris Olave or some like top tier wide receiver. So obviously like Tate would be great to have, Jordan Tyson. If you don't get one at 6, maybe a 24 Mekhi Lemon. A good decent wide receiver. But then like my brain started going a little crazy the other day because it's like, dude, you know how sick would it be to have like Sonny Styles or somebody like like a Sonny Styles on defense, or like an Arvil Reese or Arvil Reese, one of those two guys who are just dominating the combine with their 4.5s, 40s, and they're just dominations of the combine. Like, so it's like, man, a wide receiver, perfect. But damn, you could kind of convince me on either Arvil Reese, or or on Sonny Styles. I wouldn't be mad at either one of those either. But I would.
No, I mean
I'm more wide receiver focused than I am than anything.
I'm actually kind of leaning towards towards tackle. I really like Freeland or
me too.
Freeling. I just think he's the safer pick because there's still plenty of receivers that you could get at 24, or as you said, you could trade to rate that out and go get a guy like Marvin Harrison. There's somebody within that caliber. You may not even have to use the 24th pick for that.
No, you can probably use the second round pick.
I think the Browns are in a unique spot. Yeah, 100%. So like, I think they're in a pretty good spot. I think they have a chance to really make some noise, but we're not going to really know what their plan is until they get to free agency. So that's my take for now. We'll obviously see how that goes, which is, I think that's going to start here in the next week and a half. I think is when the new league year starts.
I think
so that'll be fun. That'll be.
It's like 2 weeks or something.
It's always middle of March.
Yeah.
It's always middle of March or like end of March, so somewhere around there. So I want to say it's like the 18th or the 16th.
And we get to draft next month too, I believe.
But yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to do it. Yeah. So, but yeah, guys, we are going to go ahead and wrap this up because I'm starting to lag really, really hard. I'm having internet issues, and I do not want to hold another 30 minutes of this. So we are going to go ahead and hop off. But we hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will see you guys next week with some more Cavs. Maybe some more guards talk. I don't know. We'll see. See you guys later.